We will now be putting together the Suite Style height adjustable sit stand frame, also branded as Laurel and Frasch. Inside the Suite Style frame box, you'll have a number of items, including 2 leg column assemblies, a power controller box, a mounting clip to mount the power controller box, a power cord, a hand controller that plugs into the controller box, 4 cable clips, a screw kit, another smaller screw kit for the crossbars, 2 frame brackets. It's a total of 6 tubes, but it's actually will be assembled together to form 2 cross members, and then 2 feet with casters on them. Also inside are the instruction manual, user manual, and the universal assembly tool. The first step is to assemble the crossbars onto the leg assembly, like so, using 2 each of the countersink screws in these holes right here, and make sure the big opening is facing out, and make sure these 2 holes are facing towards the center. Also, to make the job a little easier is to use a T25 bit that will help you guide the screw into the hole, and then everything will be tightened with the universal Allen key. By using the T25 Torx head, it actually makes life a lot easier by putting the screw into the hole as such, and then you can start the screw in. The next step is to feed the middle tube into the 2 side tubes, making sure that this little tab is sticking up, and again making sure your 2 holes on the outside tube are in the middle, and you feed the tube in like so on both sides. And then again, you do not want to tighten, but use these small set screws. And again, by not tightening it, you have the flexibility to adjust for your tabletop size. And again, do the same thing for the other side. Slide it into the outer tube, and then place your 4 set screws into the holes, but not tightening them down so you can adjust for the tabletop size. Probably the easiest thing is to set your frame on the floor, and the next step is we want to install the feet onto the frame. The feet actually have an orientation of front and back, so the holes are offset, so just make sure you place the feet so that they're consistent with the front and back of the table, like so. And then you want to use the screw that has the flat head in 4 locations. And again, your T25 Torx head will help you start the screw into the hole. Okay, when you screw the feet onto the leg column, at this point you want to go ahead and tighten the 4 screws on each column with the universal Allen key. Next step requires you to flip the frame back over onto its feet. And then we want to put the 2 side brackets on. These brackets don't matter which side is forward, which side is backwards. So these go on to the 2 sides of the crossbars. And then you want to use 4 countersunk screws. To go in the holes here. And again, these screws you can go ahead and tighten using your Allen key.